Welcome to our AlwaysOn tutorial series. So on this video I'll explain what is AlwaysOn. In Google you'll find lot of theory and many things about the AlwaysOn, but on this video I'll explain as simple as possible. So AlwaysOn is a disaster recovery solution that provide always up and running your database. In any cases, if your database crash or anything happen on your server, it will have alternative database so user can use all the time. Every second they will get up and running their database. So how does it work? If you see this picture, here's a replica. One of them is the primary and this one is the secondary, and this one you can say disaster recovery replica, or you can say also secondary replica. And very important point here, the always on work on database level. Okay, so guess you have a client. The client is connecting with the replica with a listener, and this replica contain your SQL server, your databases. If some reason this database crash on primary replica, what will happen? So if you set up the always on, the same copy of the database will stay on secondary replica. So if your database crash on primary, the listener instantly redirect the client to the secondary replica. Okay, so the client wouldn't understand what is happening on the background. Client will get the services from these databases. Okay, so this is the background scenario. So guess then you fix the primary replica and you can fail over the secondary to the primary again. So on that case scenario, if this primary replica crash, this on automatically converted to the secondary, and the secondary replica will convert to the primary. Okay, so now you can ask, what is the function of the disaster recovery replica? So this is similar to the secondary replica, so we can also say this is a secondary replica. So guess some reason this on and this on crash. So what will happen our database? The listener will instantly redirect all of the user to the disaster recovery replica. Okay, so the client wouldn't understand what happening on the background. They will get the services from here. And remember, all of these replica contain the same databases. When you set up, you'll get more clear idea. We'll set up the synchronized database on all of the replica. So whatever you change on one primary replica, it will change on secondary and disaster replica. So all of these three server, or you can say three replica, will have the same copy of the database. Okay, so whatever happened to other two, like primary and this secondary, the user will get the same services from here. Okay, so this is the basic idea of the always on. Client will get all the time up and running their database, even though one of the database crash on their primary or the secondary. Okay, so this is the basic idea. So when we'll configure the always on, we'll understand the process. So if you want to read more about this always on, you can go to the Microsoft website, and there's also other website. You'll get a very good idea about the always on, availability group, and replica. So I'll not go to explain all of this thing, but I'll put you all of the links that you need to understand the replica, okay, and the AlwaysOn. And on our video tutorials is will go step by step, and I will explain all the steps one by one. Okay, so we'll continue from there on our next video.